Ever felt like you were losing your grip on reality in a relationship, second guessing your thoughts, questioning your worth, and wondering if you were the problem? Welcome to Brainy Narcissist, where we uncover the truth behind emotional manipulation. Today, we're diving into why narcissists are masters of mind games and how they use them to dominate, confuse, and control. They don't just lie, they distort. They don't argue, they gaslight. They don't love bomb because they care. They do it to hook you in. Narcissists play the long game, and their power lies in one thing: making you doubt yourself while keeping their mask perfectly in place. In this video, we'll break down the psychological tactics narcissists use to manipulate your mind, and more importantly, how to spot them before they take hold. If you've ever felt emotionally trapped but couldn't explain why, this is your wake-up call. Let's begin. How narcissists use charm and flattery to disarm you early. Narcissists rarely show their true face at the beginning. Instead, they lead with overwhelming charm and flattery, designed not to connect but to disarm. They'll compliment you excessively, mirror your interests, and make you feel like you've finally met someone who truly gets you. It feels magical, almost too good to be true, and that's because it is. This early charm isn't genuine affection, it's bait. It's meant to lower your guard, build false intimacy quickly, and create emotional dependency. You begin to feel special, chosen, even seen. But what's really happening is a calculated setup. By the time their behavior shifts, when the manipulation, gaslighting, or emotional withdrawal begins, you're already emotionally invested. That's the trap. Charm is their mask, flattery is their weapon. And once they've pulled you in, the real game begins. Recognizing this early pattern is key to protecting yourself from what's coming next. The role of gaslighting in narcissistic mind control. Gaslighting is one of the narcissist's most powerful tools and one of the most damaging. It's not just lying, it's redefining your reality until you no longer trust your own thoughts, feelings, or memories. A narcissist will deny things they clearly said. They'll twist your words, shift blame, and make you question your sanity. You'll start asking yourself, did I overreact? Was it really my fault? That confusion? It's not a mistake. It's the goal. Gaslighting slowly erodes your sense of self. The more uncertain you become, the more power they gain. And once you stop trusting yourself, you start relying on them for truth, even when that truth. This is how narcissists maintain control, not by force, but by manipulating your mind from the inside out. The first step to breaking free: recognize when your clarity is being stolen. Because the moment you see the gaslighting, the illusion begins to shatter. Why narcissists confuse you with hot and cold behavior. Narcissists are masters of emotional whiplash. One moment they're affectionate, attentive, and magnetic. The next, they're distant, dismissive, or cruel. This constant shift, known as hot and cold behavior, isn't random. It's strategic. By flipping between love and rejection, they keep you emotionally unstable and constantly chasing their approval. You start to wonder, what did I do wrong? Or how can I get that good version of them back? And just like that, you're hooked. This push-pull dynamic is designed to create addiction to validation. The warmth feels so intense, the cold so painful, that your brain starts to crave the highs just to escape the lows. It's a cycle of confusion, not connection. The truth is, consistency is the foundation of healthy love. But narcissists thrive in chaos. Their unpredictability keeps you focused on them instead of listening to your own needs, instincts, or boundaries. Recognizing the pattern is the first step to breaking free. Think how they use guilt to keep you emotionally hooked. Narcissists don't always control with anger. They often control with guilt. It's subtle, quiet, and incredibly effective. They'll say things like, after everything I've done for you, or you're just going to leave me like everyone else. Suddenly you're the one feeling selfish, cold, or ungrateful, even when you've done nothing wrong. This emotional manipulation keeps you hooked. You start sacrificing your needs to protect their feelings. You apologize just to keep the peace. You stay silent to avoid hurting them. And slowly, your sense of self erodes. Guilt is their tool to shift responsibility. Instead of owning their behavior, they make you feel bad for setting boundaries or asking for respect. But real love doesn't rely on guilt to survive. It honors truth, not emotional debt. If you constantly feel guilty in a relationship, ask yourself, who's actually benefiting from my shame? That question alone could start your escape. Why narcissists study your weaknesses to gain control. Narcissists don't just manipulate randomly. They observe, study, and analyze. Early on, they're paying close attention not just to your likes, but to your insecurities, fears, and emotional wounds. Why? Because those are the entry points to control. They'll remember the moment you said you fear abandonment, that you're a people pleaser, or that you struggle with self-worth. Then, over time, they use those exact vulnerabilities against you. Subtly at first, then more directly. If they know you fear being alone, they'll threaten to leave during every argument. If they sense you overextend to prove your worth, they'll take and take without giving back. They don't control by brute force. They control by making you doubt your strength, keeping you dependent, and always a few steps behind emotionally. The painful truth, they never loved your openness, they targeted it. But once you recognize this pattern, you can stop playing their game and start reclaiming your power, the power of projection, making you the problem. One of the narcissist's most manipulative tactics is projection, accusing you of the very things they're doing themselves. It's not just deflection, it's psychological warfare. If they're lying, they'll call you dishonest. If they're being distant, they'll say, you're the one pulling away. If they feel insecure, they'll shame you for being too emotional, too clingy, or too sensitive. Projection keeps you stuck in defense mode. Instead of questioning their behavior, you start questioning yourself. You try to prove your loyalty, fix things, or explain what you never did wrong in the first place. It's all part of their strategy: shift the blame, avoid accountability, and maintain control. But here's the truth. When someone consistently accuses you of things that don't reflect your actions, you're not the problem. You're the mirror, and they hate what they see. Recognizing projection is a turning point, because once you stop absorbing the blame, their illusion of control starts to crumble. How narcissists manipulate reality to always win. Narcissists don't play fair. They rewrite reality to ensure they always come out on top. It's not just lying, it's reshaping the truth to fit their narrative, no matter how distorted it becomes. They'll twist events, deny things they said, or claim you're too sensitive when you react to something hurtful. Over time, you start questioning your memory, your instincts, even your sanity. That's not confusion, it's intentional manipulation. Their goal is simple: control the story so they can control you. By shifting facts, minimizing their behavior, and exaggerating yours, they maintain the upper hand. They are never wrong, never at fault, and always the victim or the hero, never the villain. This mental game leaves you feeling powerless, constantly trying to defend yourself against things that never happened or didn't happen the way. But once you realize they're bending reality to win, you stop trying to prove the truth and start trusting your own. Breaking the spell: how to recognize and resist their games. The first step to breaking a narcissist control isn't confrontation, it's clarity. Once you recognize the patterns, gaslighting, guilt tripping, projection, you begin to see through the illusion. That's when the spell starts to break. Narcissists rely on confusion to keep you emotionally hooked. But when you start naming their tactics, they lose their power. You stop reacting. You stop defending. You start observing. And that shift alone changes everything. Pressing their games means reclaiming your voice, your reality, and your emotional space. It means setting boundaries that don't bend. And it means detaching from their drama and no longer trying to fix or please them. You don't win by playing their game. You win by stepping away from the board entirely. The moment you stop seeking their approval and start trusting your own truth is the moment you take your power back. And once you do, they can't touch you. Not anymore. Have you ever realized too late that someone was playing mind games with you? Share your experience in the comments. What helped you recognize the manipulation and take your power back? Your story might be the clarity someone else needs right now. If this video gave you insight or validation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another deep dive from Brainy Narcissists. Remember, knowledge is freedom, and the more you see clearly, the less control they have.